Hi guys, new day. As you can see, much better attitude about today. I still have my leggings on. I actually been up and finishing my house, but I threw on this, trying to dress up a little bit. My hair's still not cooperating, so I threw a headband on, trying to make it cute, and some earrings. I have a video meeting conference thing I have to do for school. So we're gonna glam up a little bit and we're gonna use our new products that we have left over. It's a mess. Okay. Let's give ourselves some hydration with the NYX Honeydew Me Up primer. Whew. As you can see, doing so much better today. We're just doing a really quick get ready with me slash, because I gotta get ready for this meeting, and so I want to look good and presentable, but I want to try on the new stuff that we got yesterday. So that's what we're doing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go with the e.l.f. CC cream. Then my mom just texted me. I should have, wait a minute, before I get too excited here. I'm going to take a little bit of the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer just to kind of push it in my T-zone area. But anyway, mom just texted me. So she's going to come over with the some of the fam, not all the fam, but some of the fam. And come for a little quick visit. Push that in them lines right there, because this foundation does not like them lines. Are those lines? Okay. So all of a sudden everything got real busy real quick. So I got up much better, relaxed, actually made coffee. I know I'm on this little diet or challenge type thing, but I thought it would get me inspired, and it did. So, had some coffee, finished my house. I feel so much better. And I actually finally had just sat down about a couple of hours ago to work on some schoolwork, and actually it's sad. So I've been, and the only thing I've actually really got accomplished out of it, so I have to do this little video conference little thing, and I've spent the past 2 hours trying to figure out how to do it, unfortunately. But that is the way it is. But I think I figured out it's not the way. I think it could be done better, but without me having to call a tech person and walk me through it, which I don't like talking to people. I would just rather do it. I found they do it the best way I can, so we got an alternative solution, and so that's what we're gonna do. But I had to record this first because I had to get ready because I want to look nice and professional. Jack's crawling in the bathtub. So I was going to record this with our new products. We're going to go in with the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer in the shade Fair Porcelain. As of the moment, this is my, I want to say, favorite concealer. As of the moment, it's my best option available. Of course, I do have my high-end concealer that I'd say I'd probably like better, but as far as a drugstore concealer, this is my favorite. I actually want to get a more a deeper shade to use as contour. And I was going to get one yesterday, but you know they have no deep shades at my Walmart? Like, what's that about? Rude. So I'm going to have to get one at Ulta another day whenever I decide to make a big drive. So I'm trying to record this as quickly as possible and get ready, and then my family will be here. We'll do a visit. I'll have my little conference thing later. Actually, here's another thing we haven't tried yet. Of course, I've already played with it. So this is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer. As you can see, this is definitely not a bronzer color. But it's in the shade 7438, Reverse Your Cabana, and what's her name? We're going to take it on a big fluffy brush to do it as quickly as possible. It is very soft and it has the tiniest amount of sheen to it, which actually I found I'm liking. But I haven't played with it too much, but like once or twice. So far, I'm liking it. It is a little powdery. If you can find this, get your hands on it because I think it's being discontinued. Because last time I checked on Wet n Wild's website, it was out of stock, but the darker shade was available, which I think is more of a bronzer color. And where I ordered it from is you can't find it in stores at Ulta. I bought it on Ulta's website. You can buy it on the website. Now, I don't know how 100% I am with this yet, but I can tell you right now, on first impressions, like I've used it 2 or 3, this might be my 3rd time now. I like what it does. I like what it gives me. So now we just want to make sure everything, yep, set good. Here's what it looks like. Don't mind them little, those are always there. See, it's set really good. I'm wondering about getting a color corrector to stick under my concealer. But anyway, if you can find this, and actually I found this crazy too. It's actually light enough for me to use without being too yellow. And I'm a fair girl, so if you've been to my channel before, so you know how that is. So I've really been enjoying this. Okay, take 5. There we go. Sorry guys. Okay. So yes, looking good. I think we're gonna go with my more cool tone bronzer today. This is the cooler tone of my bronzer. It's this huge pan. This is the LA Colors bronzer in the shade Natural. Because for a video, well, I don't want to look too orange, but also I want, if you just deepen up some of my bronzers, they look more orange, where this is a slightly more cool toned, so you'll see it on camera better. And actually, I'm gonna focus on my phone, because what you're gonna see is what they're gonna see. And I'll look at myself in the mirror and I'll look good. I look good. And then I'll look at you and my face looks rather too much. Like too much bronzer and blush and things. Even though I don't know why that is, but okay. Done did too. So I want to focus here because whatever you see is what they're gonna see, and I don't want to look like a mess. I do want to look good and presentable, because this is rather important. Okay, we're gonna fluff that out a little bit. We're gonna take our big brush, go along our neck here to hide our beloved double chin. Although actually I started to talk about this in the drive with me before that I did yesterday, that y'all won't see for like a month, which you'll see before this one. that I actually started this challenge and I'm drinking only water at work. I'm not eating anything at work, and I'm drinking more water and trying to eat less as possible. And I am, yeah. Oh, I'm exercising. I'm taking Jack out when I get home from work, and we run around the neighborhood. And it's going well. And actually, last time I got on the scales, I weighed right at about 180. And then I weighed myself a couple weeks ago with a friend just because we were just going to weigh ourselves. And it said 175. I went, what in the world? Wasn't I 180 last time I checked myself? Which it's been like a few months since I have, because I don't have scales at home. With that being said, we weighed ourselves. We were 175, and I went, what? So then, this past week, me and my one of my supervisors decided we were going to weigh ourselves, and we were going to do this little challenge diet, whatever you want to call it, thing. So, with that being said, what am I doing? We're going to do eyebrows. We're going with the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe. I got on the scale then, which had been a week or so since like I weighed myself with my other coworker. And it said 171. And I was like, am I losing weight? Like, what's going on? I ain't complaining. I want to know how I did it. So anyway, so now we're doing this challenge thing, and every week we're going to weigh ourselves. And apparently, somehow, I don't know how, I have lost 9 pounds, and I am not complaining. I want to know how I did it. So that's exciting. That's what it's been on. One thing I've been working on, doing school and trying to do that, and I could pluck my eyebrow a little bit, but I ain't got time. Okay, anyway. I still think my face might be a little dry, and I should have moisturized. This just kind of got jam-packed all together, but I'm always textured right here, as you can see. But I do think it's a little worse than normal right now. Like, not because of the makeup, just because of the way my skin's been acting recently. But see, it even gives you a little bit of glow under there. But it's setting, the makeup's set. I like it. I really like this. And I hope it's not disappearing, because I really like it. Okay, so what are we going to do today? Let's go ahead and just go with our eyeshadow first. This is the e.l.f. Bite Size Eyeshadow in the shade Sugar and Cream and Sugar. And it's got a light transition shade, a darker shade, and then 2 different colors. So we're going to go in. They don't have shade names, I believe. No? Okay, so we're just going in the lightest transition shade. I'm curious to see. Oh my gosh, there's like no fallout in here. So there's some of my palettes in here I touch and they go poof. This one's not doing that. So if that bothers you, that's not doing that at all. I'm curious to see what this shade's going to look like, or if it's even going to appear on my eyeball. Okay, you can like barely see it. And the thing is, I'm pale, so everything shows up on me. Okay. But I mean, okay. Do I wish this first shade was a little bit more... It's not that it's not opaque. It's just my skin tone, like literally. So do I wish it was a little bit more of a deeper color? transition, yes, but at the same time, at least it'll blend out that brown really nicely. I like it's, you know, it's not completely useless. You can just blend that dark brown out very well. I'm curious to see too how this brown performs. So I'm gonna touch it. Okay, so it's not coming off too crazy, so I don't have to like barely touch it. Okay, I've built it up on the brush a little bit. Tap just a tiny bit. And I'm just going to press this in the crease where I want it. Okay, it's there. It's there. We're good. I don't know if I'm thinking this isn't going to work or what I'm thinking, but I'm going to go in with a little more and build up the color. But it's got enough pigment to where it shows up, but I do like it doesn't have too much pigment to where I can build it up gently. I like to build up colors, and I think it looks better that way, and I can kind of control what I want. However, like I said, I do want it to attempt to do something, and it did. I want the shape to be more cat-eye looking, not round. Even though for some reason it always turned out, every time I do it always comes out wider and wider, taller and rounder. No matter what I try to do. Okay, here we go. Just gonna pat that there. And see, you can see it's there, but like you can really build up the color as well. Tiniest bit of fallout, no problem whatsoever. These are performing nice. So yes, this is blend. They are working. Look at that. I still wish, like I said, this was a little bit of a darker transition color. But is it blending that brown out? Yeah. Although I will say, I think it would blend better if the color wasn't at the same tone as my skin tone, because it's still blending from a dark brown to like pale white skin. And as you can see, me going over it is taking it down a notch, which is why I said we need to make sure to have as deepen it up as much as possible. I'm impressed with the shadows and how they're performing. I just really wish that shade was a more, I think it's pigmented because I can kind of see it, but it's just my same color of my skin, so. It's not doing too much, and you can still see more of a harsh line because there's no kind of color in the middle there, which is the point of a transition shade. Sorry guys, Mom was calling. They're on their way. So here's how the eyes look. Here are the shimmers. I didn't even think. I didn't put them on my eyes and I went, whoops. First of all, they feel incredible. They might be the tiniest bit crummy, but I don't mind that. Look at the colors. First of all, yes, this is the shade I go for all the time, but this is more gold, which is what everybody else kind of looks good for. It's leaning a little bit bronzy, but like, look how shiny those are. Stop. That makes the whole thing. All right, focus. So what I ended up doing, I couldn't really pick, and we're going to put a liquid glitter thing on top anyway, so I actually put both. I put the dark one over here, the lighter one in the inner corner. This thing is fantastic. Okay, if I had to be picky, this lighter shade is literally my skin tone. Like, you can see it, kind of. It's still more of a harsh line there, even though no matter how hard you try to blend it, because you need a lighter color to help blend from your skin tone to the dark color, when this is literally my skin tone. But I mean, you can make it work, and like it performed great. It's just like I said, that one color, if I had to be picky, I would make that I'd make that a darker shade, just not this dark, but somewhere in between here and here, if that makes sense. But this is fantastic. So now we're gonna go in with this e.l.f. liquid glitter eyeshadow in the shade Flirty Birdie. I've never used a liquid eyeshadow. I'm sure this might just cover up what I've done there, but I am really intrigued by these. And like I said, I really prefer like the lighter shade, which this is the lightest shade that they have available at the moment. And I really wanted to try it. We'll go ahead and swatch. Ooh. Yes. Okay, so it's actually not as opaque. Like, I don't know, it kind of is and kind of not. And look when the light hits and there's glitter in there. It's more of a tint with quite a bit of glitter in it. And I think we're just going to take this little applicator and just go for it. So actually it's tinting the color underneath. It's not really changing it. It kind of is, I guess, but it is, like I said, it's changing it like a tint. It's not changing, it's not opaque. It's just adding it's like a topper. But look at that. Wow, now I look fabulous. It does feel wet. Like I said, I've never put anything liquid on my eyes, like a liquid shadow. It looks good though. I actually really like it. I'm glad I finally just splurged and got it. So I approve. At the moment it feels, like I said, it feels wet. I'm hoping, surely goodness it's going to dry down. Oh yeah, it's drying down because this on my hand is almost dry. I have the L'Oreal Paris Blush Please in Blushing in Saint Tropez, or Saint Tropez, whatever you want to call it. And like I said, this is part of the Wet n Wild L'Oreal collection. I don't know, there's Blush Please and Bronze Please and whatever. So this is the one that I have, which is more of the pink, which is Blushing Riviera. This is the Blushing in Saint Tropez, and it's more of a neutral color, but it's still a shimmery blush. And then we have the Milani one in Romantic Rose. This is more of a nude matte color. Oops, it's not shimmery, it is a matte color. It's just more nude than the other matte ones that I have. So I want to go in with this one first because I don't want any of the glitter to transfer from that one to that one, because you can see a dramatic difference here. And what I like about these Milani ones, let's get it going, but you can like do a little bit, or you can really like build it up deeper. Yes, I love it. Neutral. So now on this side, we're going to go in with the Blushing in Saint Tropez, which is the neutral shimmery one. Ooh, yes. I knew I would like that. Alright, y'all, we're going to get this video finished one way or another. It's obviously a little later. I ended up still putting both blushes on both sides to make them look even now, but I like the way both of them look. I feel very blushy now. Very extra blushy. Here's what the lids look like. It does flake off a little bit throughout the day. Or it's not been but like 2-3 hours since I put it on. But you can still see it. It's still there. It's still very pretty. It did dry down. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. It doesn't really seem to be transferring, just like a few minor pieces of glitter. And like I said, sometimes a little piece falls down, but nothing too crazy. It's still there, and there's not like a bunch, your whole face is covered in glitter. So I like it. And actually, I actually am enjoying the shade, actually. Sweet pieces of glitter right there. We have one more product to test. I didn't quite make it. That is the new Maybelline Ultimate Matte Lipstick. I got the nude shade, the lightest shade, which is 699 More Buff. And it's just a lipstick in a little tube form. But I could see this being very travel friendly. It's very tiny and it's compact. Here's what it looks like. You just twist it like that. There it is. This is a little more, I think, darker nude than I would. I really like nude lipsticks, but I still think it'd be pretty. Shoo, I didn't set my face in my spray, nothing. Okay, here we go. Ooh, look at that. It just glided on, look at that. I don't wear lipsticks like this. I just wear liquid lipsticks now. I don't know how to apply it no more. I don't think I've ever used like something like this. I just use like a lipstick tube. Feels very creamy. It's just gliding on, and like I don't, like the color is just straight, like watch it. Like there's no streaks or anything in it. It's like boom, ready to go. Feels really good. And it is obviously a nude, but it still is a more darker nude than I like to go for, but that's just a color preference. It's very creamy. I like it. Actually, I could see myself honestly having one of my little containers just full of different shades of these. Anyway, I think this is really nice, and I can actually, I think they're very travel friendly. The only one I haven't used of these on camera yet is the Lifter Gloss in the shade Pearl, which is the lightest shade, and it's just clear with like a whole lot of reflex glitter in it. I did try this one time. I didn't try it on camera. Oops. I like to, obviously with a cream lipstick, that's going to come off on it, but I like to wipe it off before I put it back in because I don't want to mess it up. Some people don't. I just prefer to do it that way. It bothers me. I can't be the only one. Why? I feel like I'm not getting a bunch of, there we go. I'm trying to get a good dollop on there, so I just glaze over top of it. Whew. Glowing now. There's the face. And that is everything. I'm going to have my meeting soon, and yeah. I got lipstick on here. That'll be nice. Well, let me go see what Jack's problem is. I'll see you guys later. So like to see, or like if you like these kind of videos, comment if you want to have any questions or if there's anything you want to see, and subscribe to see more from me. Bye guys. I think of my teeth.